In FeatureCAN 2015, a new snapping mode has been added to allow snapping to solid cylindrical and conical face center endpoints. When this mode is enabled, points the same color as the face will appear and allow constructors to snap to them. This is useful for dimensioning a part and aligning or positioning features. In this example, we're going to show how the snap mode may be beneficial when working with the features from a part library. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to my snap modes area. I can do this from the advanced toolbar, or I can go to the options snapping modes. Note we can see we have a new option called cylinder centers. I'm going to choose to switch this on and say OK. If I also look at my snap mode toolbar, what we'll see is that we do not see the cylinder center icon. In order to add this to the toolbar, we have two options. We can either reset the snap mode toolbar simply by saying reset selected, and we can then see the relevant icon added to the snap mode toolbar. Alternatively, we can find the icon under the snapping modes category and simply drag and place that to the relevant location. So once we've done this, if I zoom into a cylindrical face on the part, we can now see we have access to face center endpoints, and we can use these to snap to. So the first thing I wish to do on this part is I wish to dimension some of my features. I wish to find the location of the 4 countable holes shown in yellow relative to one another, and additionally the 2 green holes. So I'm simply going to choose my horizontal distance, and I can select the top face center endpoint from both of the countable holes and find the distance between the two. I'm also going to select a vertical distance, again snapping to the highest cylindrical endpoint. Just going to update my view, and we can find the vertical distance between the countable holes and the plane holes like so. Additionally, I wish to find the bore depth, so I'm going to measure the linear distance. In this case, we have a bore depth of 2 millimeters. So at this stage, I'm ready to begin loading in features from my part library. Notice in this example, we have a folder which navigates directly to the part library area. I'm simply going to copy the directory, come to my part view, double click and open a new library. I can paste this and select the folder like so. Under this folder we should see 2 different features. We have a counterbore and a plane hole. So I'm going to paste my counterbore feature into my current setup and determine the location. I'm going to set my reference location as the 000 position of my current setup, and then specify the new location simply by selecting one of my cylindrical snap points. You can then see I've very easily managed to position my counterbore feature. At this stage I can say finish and OK, and I'm now going to create a pattern of the counterbore feature. So my pattern is going to be a rectangular pattern. The number is going to be 2 for both column and row. The spacing in this case is 130 millimeters. And the row spacing I can see as the distance measured earlier at 40 millimeters. I'm going to do a local offset and preview, and I can see those countable holes located correctly. I can then say finish. I'm now going to paste a feature from my part library for this plane hole. I'm going to select my feature and once again paste this into my current setup. I'm going to specify the new location using my cylindrical snap point, and again when I'm happy I can say finish. Finally, I'm going to create one more pattern from this in order to program the hole on the other side of the part. Again, I'm going to choose a rectangular pattern. The number in this case is going to be 1 with a row number of 2. My row spacing is 76 millimeters. Again, I can see that hole is now correctly located, so at this stage I can simply say finish. And finally, we have a hole shown in orange at an inclined plane. In order to program this hole, I'm simply going to go to my new feature wizard, select to create a hole from dimensions. Diameter of the hole is 4 millimeters and depth is 5, so I'm going to say next. We can see a preview of the hole located on my current setup, but I can now use my cylinder snap mode in order to determine both the direction and location of the hole. So there we can see the hole is correctly orientated and located, so I can simply say finish and play through the simulation. And there we can see the finished part like so.